repetition and getting into a winning position against Hikaru Nakamura. I get that the scores are level at half a point, but has Wei Yi just won the psychological battle?
He's won a lot of hearts at home. A lot of fans will be very impressed by that. I think it's difficult to win the psychological battle against Hikaru. Hikaru is very much in the moment, game by game. That's what's brought him so much success. And talking of games, it's game on in the second encounter.
We get an opening that we've seen how many times now at the EWC. It is the Petrovs, the Russian defense, with a more aggressive approach there with white striking in the center, a pawn swap, and something that we've seen a few times.
This is fascinating. Wei Yi was on the black side of this exact variation earlier against Sindarov. Now he takes the white side of this same opening. Just one small difference, the black queen moving instead of the black knight that's just developed, but ultimately the roads look very similar here. Petrov defense definitely the most popular. It's just in vogue right now.
Very happy to play the same opening with both Klylers, which is absolutely fascinating here. And after that really intense game number one against Hikaru as well, I'd love to be able to read more into what Wei Yi is thinking and how the mind games are going to play into this. But as you know, Wei Yi is so unbelievably hard to read, possibly the hardest to read player in the 16 that we had going into this tournament. He is giving nothing away.
Well, he's given one thing away, that he doesn't fear Hikaru. Declining those repetitions, he's ready for a game on. Give him an opportunity, even in equal position. If he feels there's something to fight for, he's going to take on Hikaru Nakamura. And I think also equally impressive has been his clock management.
That's a great point. I mean, when we decide, for example, on a move of the day, does it have to be over a chessboard? Can we say that declining the repetition twice against Hikaru when you have less time on the clock? That is a statement and a half, right? For me, that's the move of the day already.
Yeah, especially if he goes on to win this match, Wei Yi, with the white pieces now. Hikaru shaking his head, living in the past. He'll shake that off at some point and start to refocus. For now, big questions about this position. It's level material, only one trade of pawns each side. Which way is the black king going? That's the next step.
Well, if I had to predict, I'd say left side of the board. You know, get that opposite side castling going. Fan your bishop, attack the pawn, get the H pawn off the board. Let's be inspired.
Yeah, plenty of flexibility here. It does feel like Wei Yi, he's not trying to shut this game down either. Against the Petrov defense with white, you can play so many risk-free ideas. You can essentially force the opponent to be accurate. Yes, it might fizzle out towards a draw, but you don't put too much on the line in the process. Here, all the pieces on the board, this one's going to be fiery later.
I love how much time he spent thinking about this. Rook E1 on the board, but 8 minutes and 5 seconds versus 9:15, so getting an early time advantage is Hikaru here in the second game, which is not something we saw him do in the previous game. He might be feeling a little bit more free, a little bit more relaxed, and I think he's realizing that actually the decisions I make too are also making my opponent nervous, even though I had a little bit of a wobble in game number one. Now it's time to see how you fare when the boot's on the other foot.
The first game of any day is always a bit nerve-wracking. Hikaru maybe just feels like he's warmed up after that previous...
allowing the black to defend against promotion, Hikaru simply recaptures.
Did not even calculate. That was impressive. Hikaru, he didn't want to allow any counterplay. White Rook saves itself. But now there is a hint, there is a small hope, glimmer here for Wei Yi with his E-pawn. Might be snuffed out though, this last move, very effective. He's chasing the white bishop, repeating the position, Hikaru.
He can't do it. This is a huge advantage for him. He's up a pawn. He's up on the clock. Hikaru cannot bail out right now. He does continue playing. He believes in it.
He hits the white knight, but that white knight is defended. The king is the MVP for Wei Yi. It's not over yet. Look at the king marching. The e-pawn moving. Hikaru's panicking here.
It's setting in. That head shake, very different from the head bob we saw a few seconds ago.
Advantage is slowly starting to fade. Yes, that was a little trade of pawns. Yes, black's still up one pawn, but there is counterplay. The e-pawn is running. The black rook is just so offside right now.
Ignore the evaluation bar right now. This is a game for 3 results, and now the clock is leveling out as well. Look at Hikaru's face and you get to know the full story. It's the e-pawn, it's the threats of the white king. This is far from over. Hikaru cannot believe it. He's saying move, move, move.
He's cursing himself, Hikaru. Look at the heart rates as well, both rising. Wei Yi is so excited because this is the closest he's been to saving this game in ages.
Hikaru's literally willing himself to make a move. He gives a check, but this is sort of putting the snooze here because the white king doesn't have too many squares.
Can he checkmate the white king? There's a double attack though, hitting the white knight and bishop. The knight gives up its life, but wow, he's blundered Hikaru. He's lost his bishop. Hikaru Nakamura is losing and he has no time.
He can't believe it, and he's under 20 seconds.
Wow.
He completely had this.
So close. Eval Bar says draw, but white has the pawn, white has the moves and the time.
And Wei Yi cool as a cucumber throughout the roller coaster.
Well, we might see rook and bishop versus rook, the hardest endgame to defend.
With 10 seconds, not possible to defend.
And Hikaru, he actually blundered there. There could have been a rook trade, but Wei Yi's just playing for the clock.
And that's all you gotta do. Look at Wei Yi, slowly, steadily moving towards the screen. He just needs to make sure he keeps the pressure on the clock.
Hikaru here pre-moving desperately. Wei Yi's messed up some stuff there. He's about to lose his bishop. It's all about the clock though. 2 seconds versus 3 seconds.
The pawn comes in. Oh my goodness, Wei Yi's about to get flagged.
He gets Hikaru's rook. Wei Yi cannot lose and it's a draw. Wei Yi, Hikaru saves himself.
Absolutely ridiculous end to that game. A winning panic in a winning position. The eval bar, the position. Forget that, the psychological warfare swinging between both players multiple times.